Every foreign man I have ever met in Thailand has a theory about Thai women. He has a type, he has a system, he has done his research forums, YouTube videos, maybe 1 week in Bangkok or Chiang Mai. He arrives with an explanation already in place, a confidence about how things work here, a sense that he has already done the hard part. And yet, that same man will come to me completely confused about why nothing is working, why she went cold, why she stopped replying after what seemed like a perfect evening, why he left Thailand feeling like he missed something important but cannot name what it was. The gap between what he expected and what actually happened is almost never about Thailand being complicated. Thailand is not more complicated than anywhere else. The gap is almost always about attention, about whether he was paying attention to the actual person in front of him, or whether he was running a script he brought with him from somewhere else. Today, I am going to explain 7 types of foreigners I would never personally get involved with. Not because these men are bad people, most of them are not, but because these patterns, and they are patterns, I see them over and over across different men, different ages, different countries of origin, almost always end the same way. If you recognize yourself somewhere in this list, that is actually a good sign. It means you are willing to look honestly at yourself. And that is exactly where everything that actually works has to start. Let me begin with the most common one. The one that sounds the most noble on the surface. Before we continue, please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any videos in the future. Type 1, the savior, he arrives in Thailand with a generous heart. He is warm, he is attentive, he wants to help. He sees a Thai woman working long hours, sending money to her family, living simply, and he feels a pull to fix things for her, to take care of her, to rescue her from whatever difficulty she is in. It feels good to him, this impulse. It feels moral, and I understand why. But the problem is not that he is kind. Kindness is not the problem. The problem is the framing underneath the kindness. He is not building a relationship. He is completing a transaction in his own mind, and he does not even realize it. He gives generously, but somewhere underneath he expects something in return. Not necessarily money back, he expects gratitude that becomes devotion. He expects her difficulty to make her easier to keep. He wants to be needed, and he has found a place where the conditions make that need feel legitimate. Thai culture values care and consideration deeply. We have a word, kreng jai, which describes a kind of emotional carefulness. It means not wanting to cause inconvenience to others, not wanting to create discomfort, not wanting to be a burden. It is a real and beautiful part of how we relate to each other, but in the context of a relationship with a savior, it becomes a trap. A Thai woman who receives a lot of financial help from a man may not express her discomfort directly. She will not say, "You are doing too much, please stop." She will say thank you. She will be polite. She will feel the weight of what he has given, and she will carry it quietly, and over time, that weight becomes the relationship itself. Not love, obligation. She stays not because she wants to stay. She stays because she feels she cannot leave without betraying someone who was kind to her. And the savior mistakes that staying for love. He thinks everything is working. He thinks she is happy. And when it eventually ends, when she finally finds the exit, he is completely blindsided. He cannot understand it. He did everything for her. He gave so much. How could she leave? I have watched this play out too many times. The answer to his question is always the same, even if he never gets to hear it. She did not want a provider, she wanted a partner. And those are not the same thing. If you want to be generous with a Thai woman, then be generous, but examine the reason honestly. generosity that comes from genuine care is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. Generosity that comes from ego, from wanting to feel necessary, from needing her to owe you something, that is not generosity at all. It is control wearing a kind face. And a Thai woman will feel that difference even if she never names it out loud. Type 2, the researcher. This man has done his homework. He has watched every video about Thai dating culture. He has read the forums. He knows about face saving. He knows about the importance of family. He knows about my pen rai, the idea of not sweating small problems, of keeping things light. He can list Thai cultural concepts the way a student reads from a textbook, and he's proud of this. He considers it a sign of respect. He will tell you about it within the first hour of meeting you. Here's the problem. He knows about Thailand. He does not know the Thai woman sitting across from him. He has replaced the actual person with a cultural profile he constructed from other people's observations on the internet. And now he is relating to the profile, not to her. She says something that does not fit his research, and he corrects her gently, confidently, explaining to her what Thai women are like. He has now explained Thai culture to her 3 times in one evening. She is Thai. She was born here. She grew up watching the things he learned about on YouTube last month. And she is slowly realizing that this man is not curious about her as a person. He is using her as confirmation of a theory he already decided was true. Cultural knowledge is a starting point, it is not an arrival. Knowing the broad strokes of how Thai society works can give you useful context. It can help you avoid certain obvious misreadings. But a Thai woman is a specific human being, not a representative of her entire country. She has her own personality, her own history, her own contradictions, her own way of being in the world that does not match any generalization perfectly. The researcher never gets close enough to see any of that because he stopped being curious the moment he thought he already understood. Real curiosity sounds like questions. It sounds like listening without already knowing what the answer is supposed to be. It sounds like being genuinely surprised when she says something unexpected and being interested in that surprise rather than trying to resolve it back into what you already believed. If she can never surprise you, she will eventually go somewhere. Nobody wants to live inside someone else's fixed idea of who they are. And this applies regardless of culture. Give her room to be more complicated than your research predicted. She is type 3, the temporary man. He is here for 2 weeks, maybe 3. He is honest about this. He will not be staying. He has a job back home, a life, responsibilities. He is not looking for anything serious. He presents this honesty as fairness, as maturity even. He says, I was upfront with her. She knew what this was. And in one sense, he is telling the truth. He was upfront. She did know the timeline. What he does not fully account for is that honesty about a schedule is not the same as honesty about what is actually happening between 2 people. Because what often happens is this: 2 weeks of intense attention, long conversations, real laughter. The specific tenderness that comes from knowing something is temporary and choosing it anyway. He is his best self on vacation, because nothing here costs him anything lasting. He is present in a way that is genuinely rare and genuinely attractive, and then he leaves. And she knew he was leaving, she agreed to this, and she still feels the loss in a way that takes her by surprise, even though it should not. Thai women are not naive about foreign men and short visits. The tourist economy here is not new. People understand how it works, but connection does not respect timelines that two people agree to in advance. If something real develops over 2 weeks and real things can develop quickly, his departure is not painless just because it was announced before it happened. Announcing a wound in advance does not make it hurt less when it arrives. The deeper issue is what the temporary man carries from one trip to the next and what he leaves behind. He treats each visit as a reset. New country, new people, no history that follows him. He moves through these connections with a lightness that is possible only because the weight falls entirely on someone else. He goes home. She is still here. He is already back in his regular life by the time she is still turning the experience over in her mind. I am not saying foreign men cannot visit Thailand and have meaningful connections. They can. Something real can happen in a short time. But if you are the temporary man, I want you to ask yourself honestly, what are you actually taking from these interactions? And what are you leaving behind? Not in terms of what you said or promised, in terms of what actually happened and what it cost each of you. That is a harder question than just saying, I leave on Friday. And she knew that. It deserves a harder answer. I know at least one of these is hitting close to home right now. Tell me in the comments which type have you been, not which type you have met. Which type have you been? Before we continue, please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any videos in the future. Type 4. The negotiator. This man approaches a relationship with a Thai woman the way he approaches a business deal. He wants to understand the terms before he commits to anything. He wants clarity. He has read about Sin Sod, the Thai tradition of a groom's family presenting a gift to the bride's family as a mark of respect and an acknowledgement that he has the means to care for her, and he has decided this is the essential thing to understand about Thai women. They are transactional, they want money, he will not be played, so he negotiates. He clarifies expectations early. He draws firm lines around finances. He makes it very clear, usually before anyone has brought the topic up, that he is not a cash machine. He says this often. He says it in ways that are clearly rehearsed. And here's what she hears in all of that. This man is thinking about money constantly. He brought it into the conversation before she did. He warned her off a thing she had not yet attempted. And that tells her something important about what he actually thinks of her. The irony that he never sees is that by spending so much energy resisting a transactional dynamic, he makes the entire interaction transactional. He cannot see her as a person first because he is too busy calculating the risk she represents. She notices this. It closes something in her, not because she wanted his money, but because she can feel that he has already filed her in a category before he even knows her name. Sinsod is a meaningful tradition with a specific purpose in the context of marriage and family respect. It is not a price tag for a woman's company. Conflating the two says more about the man who makes that mistake than it says about Thailand. And it causes genuine damage both to the specific relationship in front of him and to his ability to see Thai women clearly at all. There is a version of this man who is simply being careful. He has been hurt before. He has made financial mistakes in past relationships. He is trying to protect himself, and that impulse is completely understandable. But careful and cold are different things. A Thai woman can work with caution. She can understand that trust takes time to build, and she is patient. What she cannot work with is a man who has already decided she is a financial threat before he has learned anything real about her. The way to navigate money and generosity in a cross-cultural relationship is not through upfront negotiation. It is through honest conversation over time as the relationship develops and both people understand each other better. That is not a special Thai requirement. That is how mature relationships work everywhere. Treat her like a person first, and the financial questions, when they eventually arise, will be much easier to handle honestly. Type 5, the trophy hunter. He is not interested in a Thai woman. He is interested in having a Thai woman. He wants the experience of it, the image of it. He has a type physically, culturally, and he is collecting confirmation that he can attract that type. She is beautiful. She is younger than him. She is attentive and warm in the ways he has heard Thai women are attentive and warm. And he is very satisfied with himself. Thai culture places real value on appearance and status. Face matters here. Presenting well matters. And the trophy hunter understands this as permission. If she values how things look, then he can relate to her on the level of how things look. But she knows when she is being displayed. She knows when she is an accessory in someone's story about his own life. She may not say this directly, face saving runs both ways, and drawing attention to her own discomfort would be embarrassing for both of them, so she stays quiet about it. And the trophy hunter reads her silence as contentment. It is not contentment. It is patience running out very slowly behind a polite face. I want to say something directly here to Thai women watching this. If you are in a dynamic where you feel like a decoration rather than a partner, you have the right to say so. Not through hints, not through becoming distant and hoping he figures it out, through words. A man worth staying with will want to know. And if he does not, if his response to you speaking is to become defensive or dismissive, that tells you what you needed to know anyway. A real connection does not require you to perform. It requires you to be present. Those are very different things. Type 6, the disappointed tourist. He came to Thailand with very specific expectations. He had an image in his mind, the warmth, the ease, the openness, the beauty. He had seen photos and videos and heard stories from other men who had been here. He built a picture of what Thailand would be like, and that picture was mostly accurate in some ways and entirely incomplete in others. Some of it met his expectations. Thailand is genuinely warm in many ways. The food is real, the temples are real, the kindness of strangers is real, but it is also a real country with real traffic and real economic pressure and real people who have complicated lives that do not exist for the entertainment of foreign visitors. And he is discovering this, and the discovery is disappointing him in ways he did not prepare for. Now he is nostalgic for Thailand he may have never fully experienced in the first place. He says things like, it was easier 10 years ago, or Thai women used to be different, or everything has become too commercial, too transactional. He is mourning a version of Thailand that was always partly constructed from his own desires rather than what was actually here. And he is directing that disappointment onto the Thai women around him who can feel it even if he does not say it directly. Jayen is a Thai concept. It means cool heart, the ability to stay calm, not to escalate, to respond to difficulty with steadiness rather than agitation. It is often misread by foreigners as passivity, as an absence of opinion or feeling. It is not any of those things. A Thai woman practicing Jayen is not agreeing with you. She is not empty. She is managing herself with a kind of emotional discipline that takes real effort, and she is choosing not to perform her reactions for your benefit. The disappointed tourist interprets that calm as confirmation that nothing is wrong, or that she has nothing to say. And when she stays quiet while he talks about how Thailand has changed, he mistakes her quiet for agreement. She's actually watching him with a careful eye, deciding whether this man will be interesting to know, or whether he will spend the entire relationship comparing her to an image she cannot live up to. Thailand did not fail him. The image he brought with him failed to survive contact with reality. That is not a Thai problem. An open mind, a willingness to engage with what is actually here rather than what you hoped would be here, is the only tool that works in any new place. Without it, the disappointment follows you everywhere. Thailand is not an escape from complexity. It is a different kind of complexity. And if you can meet that complexity with curiosity instead of disappointment, there is genuinely a great deal here worth finding. Type 7. The man who will not be corrected. This is the one I want to talk about most carefully because it is the one that causes the most damage over time. He has been in Thailand long enough to feel confident. He has had relationships here. He has seen things. He knows how it works. And when a Thai woman in his life tries to tell him something about how she is feeling, about what she needs, about something he has misunderstood, he does not hear it as information. He hears it as a challenge, and he defends himself. Thai indirect communication is real. We often do not say what we mean directly. We soften, we suggest, we use context and tone and implication. And a foreign man who is not paying attention will genuinely miss what we are trying to say. That is understandable. Communication across cultures is genuinely difficult. But the man who will not be corrected has decided that her indirectness means she has no real complaint. If she had a problem, she would say it clearly. Since she is not saying it clearly, there is no problem. This logic is a trap that he built for himself, and he locks the door from the inside. What actually needs to happen, and this is the honest part, the part I want both people watching this to hear, is that both sides have to move toward each other. She has to be willing to say what she means with enough directness that he can understand it. That is hard. It goes against the grain of how most Thai women were raised to communicate. But silence is not patience, it is avoidance. And avoidance is not a relationship strategy, and he has to be willing to hear her when she does speak, not to explain why she is wrong, not to reframe what she said until it stops being a criticism, to actually listen and consider that he might be missing something real. Open communication between two people from different cultures is not something that happens naturally. It is something both people have to choose repeatedly, even when it is uncomfortable. That is what makes it work. Not his adjustment alone, not her patience alone. Both people choosing to be honest with each other. The man who will not be corrected cannot have that relationship. Not because Thai women are too difficult, but because he is not available for it. Before you close this video, none of these 7 types are monsters. I want to be very clear about that. Because this video is not an attack on foreign men. The men who fall into these patterns are not terrible people. They are confused or unaware or carrying something they have not examined yet, old wounds, false expectations, habits that worked somewhere else and do not translate here. Those things are fixable. They are not permanent character flaws. They are starting points. The foreign men who actually do well here, who build real connections, real relationships, sometimes real lives alongside Thai women, they share one quality more than any other. They stayed curious. They did not arrive with the conclusion already written. They were willing to be surprised. They kept asking questions and kept being genuinely open to the answers, even when the answers were not what they expected or wanted to hear. That quality, more than any amount of cultural research, more than any amount of money or good looks or charm, is what actually works here. And to Thai women watching this, I want to say something directly. If you have been nodding along thinking this entire video is about the failures of foreign men, it is not. We carry real responsibility in these dynamics too. We need to speak, not in hints, not in silence that we hope will be interpreted correctly, not in signals we expect him to read when he has no cultural framework for reading them. We need to say what we feel and what we need, even when it is uncomfortable, even when it goes against how we were raised to communicate, even when saying something directly feels like it might cause someone to lose face. Jai Yen is not Jai Dap. A cool heart is not a mute heart. Staying calm is a real skill. Staying silent about real needs until something breaks is not patience. It is avoidance. And avoidance is not a relationship strategy. It is just a slower way of getting to the same difficult place. A Thai woman who can say clearly what she needs, who can move toward her partner with honesty, even when it feels vulnerable, is not being un-Thai. She is being a full partner. That is not a foreign concept. That is what all good relationships require, no matter where in the world they happen. If you are watching this right now, you are already doing something right. You are asking questions instead of assuming you have all the answers. You are interested in understanding rather than just getting what you want. That is not nothing. That is actually the beginning of everything that works here. Thailand will reward that quality. The people here, when they feel genuinely seen and not just assessed, respond in ways that will exceed what you hoped for when you first arrived. That is the version of this place that the postcard cannot show you. It takes longer to find. It is worth finding. Creating those videos is often stressful next to a full-time job, so if you enjoy watching my videos, then please support me by subscribing to my channel. It just shows the algorithm that you like these kinds of videos. See you in the next video.